if you guys haven't heard, there was this event called DeFi Summer, right? And what started it all was Compound made it so that Compound's a money market platform where you can, for example, stake your USDC on there or your ETH and use it as collateral to borrow other assets on the platform. And what they did was they created this incentive to where if you provide liquidity in said asset, not only are you getting a yield in the asset that you deposit on, but you also get to earn comp tokens, right? Every other platform started to copy them, and they started creating these incentives to where not only can you earn a yield doing these, whatever the platform was, but you also get to earn in the platform token. And the melee and destruction it caused to people's portfolios was that people were farming the comp token, and we were in the bull market, so they're thinking it's going to go up forever. And then one day it just dropped. So if you're accumulating this comp token or this Aave token or all the other platforms that were doing it, when it dropped, it's like you accumulated all of that for nothing, right? It's like it's a house of cards. You spend all this time building these cards, and then one day the bottom just falls out. Now, before I talk about what changed, it's 3 ways to get a yield in crypto. No, it's really 4. And in TradFi is 3 main ways. And this isn't including financial products like bonds and things like that. You have fees that you earn from borrowing and lending. This is true in crypto and true in DeFi. You have fees you earn from providing liquidity for insurance, right? Insurance premiums. In crypto, you have like Insurace and Nexus Mutual. And then the third way, well, in TradFi, it's 3. The third way is providing liquidity on exchanges and getting paid swap fees, which is the most profitable way, because right now crypto is still looked at as like a casino. And in order to buy tokens, you have to swap on these decentralized exchanges. So the people that are providing liquidity on these decentralized exchanges are earning the fees. And the fourth way is staking on a blockchain's validated network, like the ETH 2.0 beacon chain or the Solana chain, and you get like a small yield for securing the network. Now, having that said, the biggest thing that's changed is that Uniswap launched concentrated liquidity, honestly. So Uniswap V2, and this was the same for SushiSwap, it was the same for all the decentralized exchanges, because depositing your money on a money market platform, you get like no more than like 10% on average, and that's on a good day, right? And then for insurance still has a long way to go, so it's not worth it to deposit your liquidity on these insurance platforms. But on these DEXs, DEX is short for decentralized exchange, Uniswap V2 allowed you to take, like, for example, your Ethereum and your USDC, you deposit it on the platform. But V2, you were using your liquidity from X to Y, so whatever the price was. So if ETH was 3K or 4K, you couldn't specify what price you wanted your liquidity used between. And the issue with that was that it made your liquidity inefficient because sometimes it wouldn't get used, right? So when Uniswap V3 launched, they had like a patent or something on it for like, I forget how long, it's like 1.5 years or something, but now it's expired, and every single decentralized exchange has concentrated liquidity. Concentrated liquidity allows you to say, hey, I want to take my ETH, I want to take my USDC, I want to deposit it on Uniswap or SushiSwap or whatever decentralized exchange you're looking at. And I only want my liquidity used when the price of Ethereum is in between, let's call it 2 to 3K. So anytime the price of ETH is between 2 to 3K and people go on your pool and swap and the price is in between that range, you're getting paid in Ethereum and USDC. So now the biggest change was you got to have your liquidity become more efficient, because concentrated liquidity rewards intelligent liquidity providers. And then 2, it wasn't like DeFi Summer 2020 to where you can only earn high yields in these, for lack of a better word, shit coins or risky altcoins. Now, if you were smart, you would take those altcoins and sell them for Bitcoin or ETH. But, when you're in the bull market, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. We had the global, event that I'm not going to say. So they were printing a lot of money, stimulus checks. So things were just super crazy back then. But now you can look at all these pairs and you can get a high yield on these blue chip assets and not have to worry about them dropping like 90%.